We know that each call could be our last call. Having an organization that's here and basically committed to reducing line of duty deaths, to reducing serious injuries, that's something huge to say.
It's a network of compatriots that will be there by your side. We come together as a family. We have outreach that is just second to none.
There was one place I could go, and I did not know that that existed, and that was incredibly powerful to know that that group of folks were there for me and for my department.
I knew that these people had my back. No matter how bad the situation got, I knew that my brothers and sisters were going to be behind me.
It's the International Association of Fire Chiefs, but it really is a professional organization for everybody within the fire service.
And you can become a member even as a captain, even as a firefighter, even as a lieutenant. Regardless, you can become a member.
You have the opportunities to learn, to network, to improve your skills.
As a rookie firefighter or a brand new lieutenant, this is the organization that will help you be a more effective officer, a safer officer, and it will help you go home at the end of your shift.
Emergencies today are more dangerous than the emergencies of yesterday. Whether it's building construction, the threat of terrorism, knowledge is what saves us. So we have to network, we have to do things as a team. Together we can achieve so much more.
They have expertise. They've been there and done that, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel. And that's one of the best values of membership that you can have, is the networking with your fellow firefighters, fire marshals, fire chiefs throughout the country.
What is your career worth? You need to ask yourself, am I worth those few dollars that it costs to be a member? And if you want to excel in this career that you've chosen, I certainly think that's worthwhile.
When I became a leader of this organization, I was immediately faced with a myriad of issues that were new to me. So I immediately saw the value in the resources that the IAFC brought to the table.
The ability to get to the source of the information that will provide you with career guidance, with insights and knowledge, are all part of what the International Fire Chiefs is about.
It is one of the tools in your toolbox. If you don't have it, you're missing out on something, especially if you're in a small rural department, because you don't have access to that type of training and learning opportunity.
Those nuggets of information that we gather from the near-miss reporting help us take a look on an inside perspective at what we're doing day in and day out and say, could that happen here? I'm a very firm believer I don't need to make the mistake that someone else has made if I can learn from that.
And I'll say this in all honesty, if you could only pick one organization, spend it on IAFC. The cost benefit that you get is unbelievable. Whether it's telecommunications, fire department operations, administrative policy and procedure, there's really not an avenue that they're not already connected to. They've already got government relations on the Hill. They've already got state level relations. They've already got relations with vendors that provide you that equipment. It's a one-stop shop.
What I found is it's a really great place to be. There's a lot of great people. There's a lot of friends that shared the same interest, challenges that I was facing.
The first month that I was a fire chief, I actually had a firefighter commit suicide by a police officer, and I had no idea what to do. And so I reached out to my brothers at the International Association of Fire Chiefs, and they were there for me.
I was a little late because I didn't join until I was a chief officer. You know, I had one mentor at work. If I had had 5 years before that with IFC member brothers and sisters, I would have had 13,000 mentors.
It will fine-tune your leadership skills, and it allows you to bring home some of the best practices at the international level.
Because if you're going to run a world-class fire department, you have to know what's going on in the world.
In the 70s, we were doing fire suppression. In the 80s, we took on EMS. In the 90s, we did hazardous material and confined space rescues. Now in the 2000s, we're doing emergency management and terrorist. There's no other organization that can tie you into all that better than the IFC can.
I've heard people say, well, I can't afford it. I would suggest to you that you can't afford not to be a member of the IFC.
Don't sit on the fence and wait to join the IFC. If you're a captain, a lieutenant, if you're working your way up in the fire service and you expect to be a chief someday, get involved with the IFC.
Take it to the next level. There's nothing else like the resources that you tapped into. And I'll be a member for life.
I am proud to be a member of the International Association of Fire Chiefs.
Together, we are one.